You are listening to the Savage FINcast, episode 72. Pocket dimensions are tight.
Chicago. A criminal mastermind called Overlord held our city in his terrifying grip. Ordinary cops were losing the battle against Overlord's super freaks and mutants. Then, a miracle happened. When I found him, he had no memory of his past. I helped him find an identity and a life. Now we have a fighting chance. Now we have the dragon.
This is the Savage FINcast, the show that's in a big goddamn hurry. My name is Jim.
I'm Craig Olson.
I'm Raven Perez.
And we are back very soon after our last episode to bring you another episode of the Savage FINcast. Mostly we're going to be talking about Savage Dragon 236, which Erik has banged out in very quick succession, with 237 not far behind. So you're going to be hearing from us again probably also very soon in the next 2 weeks.
Gavin said publicly that that bitch is already in the sack, so it's on the way.
Yeah, I think it's marked for the 7th. And this one came out last, was this Monday? Yeah, it came out last Wednesday, 236.
The beautiful thing about being a Savage Dragon fan is that every now and then you'll just get like 3 issues in a month and a half. It's fucking great, dude.
I guess because he was going on, he talked about this on Twitter and Facebook. He went on a Alaskan cruise vacation from hell.
Yeah.
I guess he cranked these 3 out ahead of it to be prepared.
Wow.
And con season. I don't know when New York Comic Con is. It must be coming up.
Gotta be. There's only 1 month left of summer, so I'd say it's right around the corner.
It is pretty crazy though, like getting issues every 2 weeks. I mean, how long have we been doing this podcast for? And there were some years where we would only get like 6 issues.
During our time, I believe things have been fairly consistent. At worst, we had 11 issues.
No, I mean, pretty much recently he's been cranking them out month after month. So even to get them in every 2 weeks is pretty freaking crazy.
But because
love it, dude.
Because of this turnaround, we have no letters, no interesting conversations to speak of.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
We're just going to continue with last times, which I'm pretty sure I did not write down. Do we even have one?
We don't even need it, dude.
No,
We're slim and trim, baby.
Yeah.
Slim and trim. Listen, dear listener, if you want to make up your own interesting conversation, cool. We don't have time for that.
So let's get right to the news then.
Yeah, baby. What's the news, Jim? Taking us away.
Actually, really exciting news. There is a new comic series coming out from Image Comics by one Nikos Koutsis.
We know that guy.
Colorist extraordinaire, drawer of comics such as the Freak Force backup and the Freak Force one shot and it was a Mighty Man one shot, right?
Mighty Man,
right? Got there. Slam dunk.
yeah.
So it's called Errand Boys, and it's a 5-issue limited series, and this has already got my attention. It's got all the things I enjoy. So let me just read off its solicitation copy. In the future, if you can't find a decent job, you run errands. The dangerous, often illegal kind. 30-year-old Jace Lopez is a hard-warden scoundrel and a lifelong solo act until he's saddled with his 13-year-old half-brother, Tonk. Saddled with his 13-year-old half-brother Tonk full-time. Now Jace has 2 mouths to feed while evading the law, running from aliens, and jumping off skyscrapers. The only thing weirder than the vastness of space is family.
Aw, that's good.
So I love madcap sci-fi stuff. So I'm all over this. And now Erik is doing a alternate cover, which has got the main characters running towards the camera with big old monsters on their tail.
And it is pretty fucking great if you haven't seen it.
I looked up the writer. It's DJ Kirkbride, I think.
Sounds really familiar to me.
He's done a few different series at IDW and Dark Horse, so it should be good.
That name rung bells like crazy, dude. DJ Kirkbride. Like, is there any highlight that just stuck out to you?
No, I mean,
Neither of you guys read comics, so.
What's that?
Nothing. I said you don't read comics, so.
The Once and Future Queen was his work at Dark Horse, and then he's got this Amelia Cole series at IDW.
Amelia Cole. I have to do more research. That does sound vaguely familiar. I don't think I've read any of them, though.
Well, now who doesn't read comics? Fucker of mothers!
He's got his photo on Comixology, which not everyone does. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? I think he had a series in Dark Horse Presents I probably read because he's credited for something. I think I have read Amelia Cole. I think that ran in Dark Horse Presents.
Well, he's got a writer's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect writer's name, right?
Oh no, Amelia Cole is from that Monkey Brains company. They did primarily digital comics, first, then print later.
I think it started there and went over to IDW.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're right. Yeah. Very, very neat. Looking forward to that series.
Yeah, I think it's cool, man. And I'll support Nikos. I'm down. Put it in my pull box. It's coming. I liked his Freak Force backup. I liked his Mighty Man one shot. I think he's got a kick-ass art style.
He did both. That's why I got confused.
Yeah, you're right. I could tell. You know what? I could see the nuggets of truth forming together to make your combo. So
everything I do is an accident. Never forget.
So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's cool, and I love the Erik cover. But I'm also excited for the book, genuinely.
All right.
Now, if it's bad, no. Just kidding.
You know, Image Comics doesn't publish bad books.
They don't. They really don't.
I can't remember the last actual dog that I saw Image publish.
They really don't. I'm never like, ugh, when I read a comic. It's always like, well, that's not for me, but that was really well done. Or something like that, to that effect. True. I mean,
it's so pleasant and nice.
Yeah, I mean, you ever feel that way? Like, I've read comics that I'm just like, ah, damn, and just I want to rip it in half and throw it in the trash. And I've done that before.
That only happened to me once. And it was
really?
It was called Dinosaur Wars from Antarctic Press. It was so bad. And I had to buy the next 4 issues because I had pre-ordered it.
Oh.
That's the curse of pre-ordering. And the Diamond Way.
Bad art, bad story.
Oh, both. It was just, the dialogue was just written badly. The structure was just bad. The art was uninspired. It was just, at the time I was basically reading everything I could get my hands on, and that was like the first time that made me put on the brakes.
What's it called?
It was called Dinosaur War. It was from, actually, I think...
Dino Wars?
Dino Wars, that's it, yeah. It's from like the mid-2000s.
I'm looking it up because I'm so intrigued. It just sounds horrible.
It's bad.
You know, the premise, dinosaurs come back to Earth, go to war with humans.
Yeah, you had too much money. That was too much money. No, I've been there. It's a funny thing. Like, when you're just buying shit just because you got it, and you're like, oh, yeah, sure, I mean, I'm going to pick this up. Cool cover. Like, you don't even know anything about it.
Oh, it's Dino Wars.
That's one
word, by the way, because Dino Wars 2 words brings up something else.
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't it, right?
Oh, man. Well, all right.
Yes.
Shall we move on?
Let's get into the main issue. Savage Dragon 236. This is the Savage Little Dragons issue, which going in that we knew was going to be a fun issue because every double page spread is like a big Calvin and Hobbes Sunday spread.
Right. I love the cover of this. No one else? Okay, cool.
I know, I do too.
It sounded like you hadn't finished your thought.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was letting you finish.
We gave you a pause because it sounded like you were going to go into something.
No, I guess I think Erik put a lot of thought into designing the kids, like the way he made them the different shades of green, kind of almost like the ethnicity, and really it's really easy to tell them apart. I think it's just they're just really well designed, and they've been great characters so far. They've each got their little quirks, which is cool.
Yeah, I like the composition, and I also love, and not jumping ahead or too much or anything. I love any time a cover can work into an issue, which this one kind of does, and it's in a cool way.
And fake you out at the same time.
Yeah,
that was cool.
Because
we can talk about that.
It makes you think that they're fighting the Electric Hand. Of course, this cover came out before the birth, so that recontextualizes things too.
But then on top of that, the damn copy said that they were fighting the baby.
Of course it did. Eric's copy always lies.
The lying.
Did it say that? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like they must stop the newest menace. They have a different menace to face. The newest member of the dragon family. And of course we found out the baby had electric powers, so kind of seemed like they were going to kick some baby asses from this cover. But yeah, we got the fake out. It's cool.
Oh, they chase down a deadly threat on their own, but the menace they face is no foe. But I guess they're still trying to track.
You know what? It's actually more
play on words.
It's both a lie and the truth.
Yeah. Very cool though.
I think there was all kinds of kick-ass art on this issue, like all kinds of stuff going on.
Absolutely.
Really good.
I found that there was a bunch of character development that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like Lightning Girl, like she's getting like pretty fucking huge. Like she's got like giant muscular legs now and shit like that, which is kind of cool because when she first appeared, she was pretty scrawny. When Malcolm saved her from the fire guys, she looked like a pretty like just I don't know preteen scrawny girl, and now she's like pretty buff.
Well, her home life was shit. She was probably being starved.
Yeah, that's true too.
But I do get what you're saying. I noticed that, like, he gave it. It's kind of cool that, like, she does seem to have not just like, your cookie cutter Erik Larsen hot girl body.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
She just kind of seemed to have like thicker legs. Yeah,
it's cool. It's a
cool
design.
I like it, and it's a simple costume, but it's iconic. It's cool.
I like it with the boots. The boots are cool.
Yeah, man.
The army boots, that's different than her mom's, at least.
It's good, dude. I like it. I dig it. I hope we see more of her.
I like seeing Malcolm and Angel reunited.
Yeah, the true couple of this book. I like it. You flip the book, there they are. Oh, I missed you. And then, Maxine looking hilarious. Dude, like, Maxine with braces is just fucking comedy gold.
And the short hair, man. I can't wait till that grows out. Looks ridiculous.
It's so funny, though, dude. It's just hilarious. The combo. There's a page where she's, like, hugging on Thunderhead's arm, where her, like, teeth are, like, the short hair and the teeth combo is, like, it's just, like, perfect. It's good stuff, dude. It's good stuff.
We get our first Savage Little Dragon spread, which is really cool.
A day in the life.
I loved it. What kind of... This isn't even like, you do 9-panel grids. Like, this is kind of like something... Have we seen much of this? Like, the cross-page... Like, he makes it work. Like, the panels up the seam. It's kind of genius how, like, even though they're right on the seam, like, they split perfect.
Oh, I guess that's true. You guys would be seeing that with the staples down the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Jim. It's got a really cool thing, like where, Maddie's climbing out of the crib and fucking Tyrone's on the one side, and then the TV's on the other hand, and then the truck's on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Even like Jack and Amy are playing with the truck, and like she's reaching from across her page to his page, and the seam of a double page spread is tricky shit. Like, if it doesn't hit right, it's gonna look weird.
Right? Yeah, and this is perfect in line.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Eric is just a master of comic book dynamics.
And he probably put a lot of work into making sure that was the case.
Well, and the thing is, a lot of comic books, I think, screw up the composition of these, like, double-page spreads with lots of boxes. Powers used to do it all the time, where you wouldn't know where to read, whether you should finish reading the left side first and then the right side, and it would get screwy. So having these, like, panels in the middle.
And if you
like,
if you forget and you put a ton of information in the gutter, you lose it in the collections.
Yeah, this is just perfect the way it is. There's no confusion of which way you're supposed to read it, and it just looks great.
Yeah, and I know, like, it's you guys are gonna hate me, but there's totally some guy and dude or sodomy in this.
I know that one panel.
Like, definitely, like he's even pulling his pants up in the next one. Fucking hilarious, dude. Little Maddie's a little
guy and duder.
Little Maddie's a little beast. Just smashing through the wall like that.
She just pushes it out. Boop.
Yeah, runk.
I love, like, when Larsen draws the kids with, like, the 4 little fangs or the 2 fangs.
Yeah.
So cool looking.
Even it's funny, just the attention to detail of, like, Maddie having that giant fucking baby head. Like, just, you know how babies' heads are kind of weird and giant.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, she doesn't look like the other kids.
Yeah, she's younger, but yeah,
yeah,
she also, yeah. Anybody notice that Kevin's not looking as ripped as usual?
He hasn't for a long time, man.
At first, I thought it was just the style of these pages, but he's kind of like that through the rest of the issue too.
He's been the life
like
out
that.
of him.
Yeah, he's been like that for quite a few issues now, I want to say.
He's domesticated, dude. You even saw, like, when Curmudgeon came, he wasn't out there kicking ass. He was like, hurry, Malcolm. Like, he's not really, like, an ass kicker these days.
I gotta be honest. I wouldn't want to fight anyone that Malcolm fights either.
True.
Just compare him to the cover of, like, 171. Compare him now. It's his, like, first appearance where it's, like, that red and white cover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's domesticated, dude. I'm telling you. He's settled down.
He's got to fit in those sweater vests.
Yeah, May's made an honest man of him.
Yeah, an honest skull.
Dress like look like a thug, get treated like a thug, you know?
Yep.
Dress how you want to be addressed. I guess she's like, you need to tone down. Oh, sorry, I will.
Be less threatening.
Sorry, honey.
Creepy skull man.
Good, dude. They get a little bit of a catch up, a little bit of dialogue.
I gotta say, I thought Erik was gonna be dialing this back the way he was asking, like, what people thought a few months ago. But this is basically a recap dump. This page.
Yeah.
Dialing what back? Just
the
doing recaps?
Exposition.
Oh.
Because we're basically getting a recap of the whole Dimension X adventure with the extra raptures and Michael and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Could potentially, I don't know where this lands book-wise, but this could also potentially be the beginning of a new book or something. And so there's times when you have no choice. Like, I don't know if this is the beginning of a new book, but if this is, like, you kind of got to throw that kind of stuff in there. For what it's worth, I thought it flowed pretty good.
Did you guys even realize they were on top of a roof on the first page until you, like, read these the 2 pages?
Nope.
After.
I didn't, dude. I mean, there's a flying car there, so.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because they immediately go downstairs to find the kids gone.
Malcolm even says Kevin's downstairs.
Yeah.
But I just didn't realize they were on the roof.
I'm glad people are finally getting sick of Maxine's shit.
Oh, haters gonna hate.
I'm with you, Jim. It's a bit much. Yeah. Sorry, Raven.
I'm kind of glad Angel is calling it out, and the fact that we get the explanation here, right? Yes.
Nope.
No.
Yeah,
nope.
kind of.
Kind of. She had the near-death experience.
Why do you say no?
Well, they don't really get into it.
That's true.
It's vague.
It is vague.
How is it vague? She doesn't. Where I don't know what page it talks about, but he says like she was in heaven with like all like. Oh, when she's talking to Kevin Thunderhead in a few pages, she gets to it. No.
Oh wait, never mind. They're in the sewers.
Yeah, it's from the sewer scene. Yeah, it comes up in this issue.
Non-stop ecstasy.
Apparently, her going to heaven, or her version of heaven, has completely screwed her. Literally.
I thought that was hilarious.
I mean,
and then she talks about it more with Kevin too.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
anyway.
it's been excessive before, but now at least it has a explanation that I can probably accept.
It's fine. I get it. Not a lot of people like it. It's fine.
Well, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that it's the way the character keeps harping on it gets obnoxious. And I guess that's maybe the point. She's starting to bother people in the comic as well.
I tend to agree. It was fun, and now it's just like, all right, it's kind of... I wouldn't have mind if it was more like old Savage Dragon, where every few issues he's having sex or something, and it's just graphic now. But it seems like a lot of these issues just revolve. Even if they're not having it, they're talking about it, and it's starting to get kind of old for me.
Yeah, and I actually thought he was tapering it off before she died, and now it seems to be back with a vengeance.
Well, I mean, didn't they? They're kind of addressing it. I feel like, here's the thing: you want to call a shot. I don't know if you can call a shot in Savage Dragon, but it kind of feels like maybe he's getting tired of it too, because it kind of feels like it's building towards getting wrapped up. Like they're calling it a mental breakdown, and like everybody's like freaked out and stuff. And she's depicted, I think, in this issue, kind of in a more desperate than ever fashion. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
So
She's like crazed. It's like...
Yeah.
It's affecting like her actually looking for her kids. Like it's
a
Right.
problem.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's a
It's a
problem.
real problem.
Yeah, even like Thunderhead is like, dude, like your kids are missing. Like you need to calm down. So I feel like it's going somewhere. I mean, the thing is I feel like, Maxine was in the book. It happened. And you can't just, pump the brakes and have it not be in there. It kind of seems like it's building towards being dealt with. So, or maybe it won't, whatever. But I won't fight for it. I'm just saying, I feel like it being talked about in this issue has kind of a place because it is being shown as a problem.
Right.
Like it's being shown in a light that we've not previously seen. Like this issue, specifically this issue, like you want to talk about illustrating kind of like over the edge, like, she can't calm down long enough to look for her lost kids. Like, that's different. So it's fine. I think it's going to go away. I mean, I hate to call a shot. Like, you never really can with Savage Dragon.
Right.
But kind of feels like it's getting.
I just
gonna
wonder
get tidied up.
how you address this, where it goes from here. Like, she died, and she experienced this. So how does she?
So what's the
how do you
solution
deal
here?
with it? Yeah.
You put her in
be,
an insane
interesting.
asylum? Do you just kill her, trick us, kill her anyway?
You want to know what's funny? There was a Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode where they resurrected Buffy, and Buffy was acting like a fucking weirdo, and everybody's like, dude, like, shouldn't you be fucking happy? Like, we saved you. Like, we saved your ass. And she would never, like, really talk about it. She's like, no, it's fine. No worries. It's fine. No big deal. And then later, finally, somebody got her in private, like, dude, what the fuck's your problem? Like, we saved your ass. And she's like, I was in heaven. I was happy. And so, like, that character got over it. They had a couple
Yeah, to
more
be all
scenes.
passive aggressive about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, she was weird until she got over leaving heaven. Like, I'm just saying, I feel like when you're talking about the wacky concept of, like, anything can happen, really. I kind of feel like, Maxine could just, maybe she goes fucking crazy and never gets over it. And fucking dies. Like, or maybe she totally does get over it and is like a fucking button down, like, keep it freak in the sheets and a lady in the streets kind of type. I don't know. It could go either way. You know what I'm saying? She reins it in. She calms down. It's like she's a super freak in the bedroom, and in public she's chill.
There you go.
Well, that doesn't seem to be the case yet.
No. She's a freak in this issue, for
Actually,
sure.
I can think of one solution. Gets one of those sex dolls to live in 24 hours a day as the nanny.
Negate.
Yeah, negate the sex out of her. Good idea.
Negate the sex drive. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm sorry you bros don't like it. I think a lot of listeners don't, or a lot of readers.
Raven, once again, you're attributing criticism as dislike.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's fine if you don't. I mean, it's fine to criticize it too. That's what I'm saying.
Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because what it sounds like is you think we're prudes and that we're being bitches.
Now, that is how I feel in my heart, but that's not what I'm saying.
No, I feel like cool. A bitch.
You bitches, you old men. You're getting old, guys. You're getting soft and old.
I do love the panel where Angel says, "Why do we always have to go into the sewer?" Which is a pretty funny thing to say.
Didn't they smooch last time they were in a sewer? No, that was in the classroom. That's right.
Honestly, I thought they were going to smooch in this issue in the sewer.
Nope. Just run into good old demonoids.
Oh boy, they're moving north.
Sewer-based demonoids.
I'm not a fan of the demonoids so far.
I mean, the demonoids, they have a similar problem to many of Eric's, like, group enemies, whereas they have no personality because they're just a collective. There's no leader to, like, have charisma, so they're just fodder at the end of the day.
You're all right, because I do miss, like, guys like the Atlantean. Right. Who's like kind of just a silly dude. And
someone who can have a lot of bluster before he gets murked.
Yeah. We need that from a demonoid.
I mean, Glum was like that. He had his army behind him. You know, he was a threat. But yeah, we need like a lead demonoid to give a shit about these guys.
And this is kind of a window of things to come, because I know one of the solicitations say that he's going to face the demonoids.
Covers covered in demonoids.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a build up, or you never know. Shit, it could be a fake out. But I mean, you got the idea, though. Don't you feel like that's some shit we'll get down the road, possibly?
What's that?
Because when they talked about all those underground factions,
right, the war.
I mean,
that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Let's learn more about the lava lords and the demonoids and like what their cultures are like and how they interact and how they're not doing so well. Like what other party is pushing these groups together now? See, that's all cool to me. Them just coming to the service to get beat up, not so much.
Right.
Well, I love this cat monster that they are beating up. The kids.
The kids. Yeah, it's like at first you think it's just a dog, and then you get that panel, and he's kind of like a humanoid dog.
He's kind of big.
Do you think he is connected to the Buffalo Stew situation?
You know, that's not a terrible thought. I actually thought he was tied to the actual kidnapping here, but you might be right. He may just be another escapee thing.
Because I know he's not a demonoid. I mean, he's furry.
Well, my take on it is that he's just a junkyard dog, and in this kind of reality, there are kind of weird creatures. So he's just kind of like the humanoid junkyard dog. They're in the junkyard, so
yeah, that's true. That's right. They did go to the dump. That's where they are.
Oh, they did go to the junkyard. So you think that in Savage Dragonverse, like junkyard dogs are just these big mean ass motherfuckers, like humanoid, like
mutant dogs?
I just think there's random creatures everywhere. I mean, look at like I don't know, the Rock House Diner. There's just all sorts of weird shit. So
also he's got like a little skull for a nose.
Oh, you know what? And it's not even like a kidnapping. It's like Maddie fell in a garbage truck.
Yeah. But
so she just fucking wound up there.
But in this scene, she's getting nabbed.
Oh right.
Actually, she's not. Amy's getting nabbed.
No.
Oops.
Yeah. She just fell in the dump truck when she fell out of the house, and the dump truck dumped him at the dump, and then there's this junkyard dog at the dump, and then this hand comes out of the portal and grabs Amy.
I don't know. That dog has real human proportions. I don't know. Maybe it's Erik just being real dramatic, but I feel like it's got, human shape to it.
But I definitely think it does, but I honest to God, think that it's just a Savage World type junkyard dog.
All right.
But yeah, who knows? I'm not Erik,
thumbs.
so
I do love the yoy yoy yoy. So good. Fair Delgado. We see you. We see and appreciate you, bro. And look at like Tyrone's like yelling mouth. Isn't that fucking great? Just as like bad dog, don't ever do that again mouth. So good, dude. There's some good shit going on in this issue.
Yeah, that is good. I love the dog running away in that panel too, with his like legs up in the air.
Yeah, dude. So good.
I love that Erik drew the dog like that instead of just some normal dog.
I see the skull for a nose, Jim. That's great. That's fucking terrific. There's my ugly Maxine face. I love it.
Wait, which one? With her teeth bared?
Yeah, dude, with the teeth.
Yeah, she looks horrible with short hair.
I love how much hell you're giving her for her looks.
I don't mind.
So
the short,
shallow.
I don't mind the short hair myself.
So ugly. How about, speaking about ugly, look at this goddamn guy in this comic shop, apparently.
You know Maxine's desperate when that's arousing her.
Yeah, dude, he's a mutant. Talk about like fucking who climbed up from the underground, like yikes. Hideous, dude. Chud-like. Chud.
Very Chud-like.
Very Chud-like.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers.
That's it. Oh, Craig, plus 3 points, dude. Yes.
I used to always see that video cassette at the video store.
For mentioning Chud?
Yeah, dude. Sorry, Jim. You gotta.
Jim's like, what, Chud?
Yeah, I'm just confused. Is Chud suddenly obscure? It's not like Basket Case.
I don't think a lot of people know Chud, right? And that's not super. You can't just say Chud and people know what you mean.
Carnivorous underground dweller.
You know, but do you think like?
But I don't know. I don't like horror movies.
Well, they even mentioned the Chud on The Simpsons, so.
No.
Yeah.
He gets named in Aqua Teen Hunger Force too. That's kind of where I learned about it.
I'm just saying. I don't think like Chud is like Gizmo or Gremlins.
Nah, it's a B movie.
Yeah, B movie, big time.
But if you grew up in the '90s, like early '90s,
right, it got a lot of late night play. Probably because
it was always in the video stores.
Yeah,
so it had those like direct to video cassette movies.
It was, yeah. Anyway, Chud. I like her flying abilities. Isn't that cool?
Dude, that whole page is really cool of China. I don't know. It just kind of fleshes out her character more. Mm-hmm. So it kind of like if you read this whole page, this panel really doesn't do much or say much to like.
Yeah, because think about it.
Forward.
She flies to the roof just to walk all the way back downstairs and open the door.
But it kind of like it gives you a lot because it's telling you that she's only like 15, so she can't even really drive a car. So it's kind of just giving you a little clue into the character, how young she is.
Maybe I'm weird, but when I think of a flying car, I think it has to be simpler than an actual car, or else everyone would just crash it.
I think
the
you're
lightning
right.
powers are cool.
Yeah. This page is really just to showcase what she can do.
Now here's the thing: do you think that Malcolm could ever learn to short-term fly? Not that he needs it with his jumps.
I'm of two minds of this.
Okay.
We've seen that Malcolm gets drained real bad when he uses electricity intensely.
Okay.
And she does claim that it's not really flying. It's more it's like a temporary thing. Mm-hmm. She can't do it for long, but I feel like because she's got more of her mother in her, she might be able to do it better than Malcolm.
She can go up at least 4 or 5 stories or whatever it is. It's pretty crazy.
Follow-up question: do you think Thunderhead can fly like this?
No.
No.
I don't know. He's never really shown.
Because boys are heavy.
Not the new Thunderhead. Not skinny Thunderhead.
Slim.
Domesticated. Not Kevin. There's a huge difference between Kevin and Thunderhead. I think Kevin could fly 4 stories before he got tired and had to get in a flying car. I'm just saying. Open your mind, Jim. There could be all kinds of short-term flight in the book.
I mean, sure. I'm sure Malcolm should be able to like redirect his like momentum in flight if he wanted to.
I think it's cool because I think it's like, lightning powers, we've been only seeing them in their one functionality right now. But if you think about it, and Savage Dragon doesn't really tinker with powers like this. You know what I mean?
No, it really doesn't. It generally powers used like really directly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like one application. So like you don't really see it, but like technically, like think about it, like in the stupid Shazam trailer where he's like powering cell phones.
Sure.
I mean, technically, why not, right?
Well, you got to know the voltage and the correct number of ohms.
Or you could just have fun.
Or comic books.
Or comic books, exactly. Would you be mad if Malcolm just powered up a cell phone?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad, but it wouldn't make a lot of sense. There's a reason that your phone charges at the rate it does. The batteries, you can't just throw a bunch of volts into a battery and not expect it to overheat and explode.
Did that scene in Shazam's trailer piss you off?
This is the Jim and the logic.
The fact that one of the phones did explode proves my point.
True. All right. You win. I'm not an unreasonable man. If you just make your case, I'm totally down. You proved it. You're right.
I'm saying in comic books, logic, yes, it would be fine. Mm-hmm. But it would make more sense that if his phone was out of power, he just sort of like very slightly, very gradually generated enough juice just to like treat it as if it was plugged into a wall. That'd be far more believable than just supercharging it with one zap.
Would you, Craig, Jim, this is for you both, would you be interested in seeing more secondary applications of powers in the book?
I mean,
indifferent.
Malcolm can punch and he can jump.
And shock.
And he can also get cut in half.
But yeah, and he can, at least his father could like shoot bullets out of his mouth, like super breath or whatever.
Well, he would chew stuff up and use his super cheek muscles to accelerate.
Super aim.
Yeah, he had really good aim too.
Yeah, but he could like flick stuff like with his thumb and index finger too the same way. It's all about leverage.
You know, it's funny. Angel flips Maxine in the exact same fashion in the beginning of this issue. Like with her thumb, like flips her like a coin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. That's cool.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's Dragon-esque. She's just flipping her like a coin.
Is Angel stronger than Malcolm?
It's always been sort of vague on that.
I know Smasher I thought was stronger than Dragon.
Dragon, yeah. But they're not super tough, so the applications are limited.
I would assume. I mean, Smasher was. Why not, right?
Why the heck not?
Yeah, fuck it.
Vulnerability, sharp metal.
Dudes, this next Savage Little Dragon spread. Fantastic again.
Yes.
You know why I love this? I love pocket dimensions.
You know why? I love it?
It's such a like super specific thing. I love pocket dimensions. What?
Fantasy realities.
What? You know what though? I'm with you, dude. Pocket dimensions are tight. They are.
You could have any kind of crazy world right next door.
I like it.
I think we got the title of our podcast. Pocket dimensions are tight.
They're cool. I like, and you know what? It's kind of like any more of this that like wants to be in Savage Dragon. I'm down for it. You know?
Yeah, I love the colors, everything about it.
The little dragons should just return here like every year or so as they grow up.
Wouldn't it be funny if, I mean, there's nothing to say that they couldn't. I mean, like, and also too, like, doesn't it seem like a lot of effort just to like throw it away and never like look at the trees and the like vegetation and the weird creatures, like the place. Don't you just want to like know more about this fucking place?
I do.
Did you guys read the comicbook.com interview with Erik about the issue?
I did not. The link I saw.
Sparling game.
The link I saw was sort of busted, so I couldn't quite get to it.
He kind of hits on that, and Eric's like, "Yeah, I don't see why not. I wouldn't, touch back on this in future issues or something like that, which would be kind of cool." It was something to that effect. I'm paraphrasing, but he didn't rule out them ever coming back.
Think about it. Wouldn't it be cool? You know how like the book has long had Dimension X as just a place people go and do things and disappear and get thrown into?
Yep.
Wouldn't it be cool as the next generation came up, even hell, Malcolm's era, if there was just like another Dimension X style place that just kept popping up?
Why, if you will.
I'm with you. I second that.
I love his little aliens with like the crater eyes.
Yeah. It's got the...
And did you guys notice on the bottom of the double page spread, the little guys on the base of the tree?
Oh.
And then like Maddie's eating one of them, I think.
I didn't even notice that, dude, till just now. Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
Not a great first impression. The locals.
Yeah, dude, this fantasy land is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I just love Eric's cartooning on these spreads. Like, it really, like, I don't know. It's just, you could tell he's having a lot of fun with it. Like, it's just, the scenes are super dynamic. The poses are great. It's really fun to look at.
I gotta wonder if they're, like, actually in a white void or if that's just the background he chose. It's kind of weird how the background's always white here.
Well, I think it's kind of emulating Calvin and Hobbes type.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how I took it. You know how Calvin and Hobbes always just like, but theirs was like, a lot of the time Calvin and Hobbes was like snow. You know what I mean? But like, I do love the look of like this vegetation just popping up in the middle of like a void.
Yeah, it really just focuses your eyes on it. I think the color would take away a lot.
I also think if there was more background too, it would detract a lot. Like, this kind of has an awesome look.
Absolutely.
It's good, dude.
And it really separates it from the rest of the story.
Yep. Harsh urban environment. Fantasy woodland.
Dumbass demonoids. Kapow.
I love his teeth getting knocked out.
Fun times.
I love that panel too with the POW panel. That's
yeah.
You just see the flash, and all you see is the demonoid's hand and feet. And Angel's pose is so cool looking.
Yeah, man. Again, like killer cartooning throughout the whole thing. Like, it's good, dude. Look at Maxine's face as she's talking to Thunderhead.
Yeah.
Say good stuff, dude.
Everything is.
Oh, you know what? It's not a comic shop. It's a whatchamacallit shop. Funny story. I go to a flea market about a couple of miles away, and I haven't been in a couple of years. But there was a sex shop, like right in the main drag of the town I drive through every time, and so it's been like 2 years. Mm-hmm. Now it's a Baptist church. I found that quite hilarious.
Score one for the Lord.
Did anyone else notice the dong and the vibrator that's right next to Maxine's leg in that first panel?
Well,
yellow.
That's why I'm saying it's not a comic shop.
Yeah. When Kevin's yanking her out, like I guess that's stuff that cartoonily flew behind her.
And the magazine says smut. It's like the chick holding her boobs.
The other one says jugs.
Where's the other? Oh yeah, jugs.
Up by the dome.
Yeah, jugs and smut.
Fucking hilarious.
Top sellers.
You know what? I just want to say, I'm a dumbass. Maxine totally talks about her mind heaven. I just want to say, I just want to throw this out there really, like, I love the fact that this is a continuation of the mind heaven concept where whatever you want is what happens to you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's fucking so awesome that was like carried on into another character. Because we got to see Dragon. He literally had the bevy of leggy models.
He had the exact same heaven as Maxine.
Basically. So, yeah. I just think it's fucking hilarious, dude.
Although Maxine seems to be surrounded by all the people she knows.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's funny, dude.
Which is weird because they're not dead yet.
No. That's why it's all in your head.
Yeah.
Because she ain't mind heaven, man.
But they will be dead in the future, and time has no rules in heaven.
True.
That's my explanation.
Oh, and you know what, dudes? I'm sorry. I'm going to make it sweet. Remember how when Maxine's dad died and she was like, no one you love is in heaven. They're all gone. We're all here on earth. And, you know, he's gone and all that stuff. In her version of heaven, everyone was there. Aw, that is kind of sweet. I don't care what you say.
Well, that seems contradictory if she believes that there's nothing after death and then she gets this.
Well, that's what she hoped for.
Maybe she didn't expect... Maybe she doesn't believe that after all.
Well, there you go. See? I'm just saying, it ties together. It ties together thematically.
What if this isn't Maxine at all? What if it's some succubus who has come from heaven, come from hell to fuck with Malcolm Dragon?
I mean, anything could happen in this book. You never know. She could be possessed by something. Like, you know, what if something came back, you know? You never know. I think this double-page spread here, again, is fucking completely awesome. You know what was cool is, okay, so the kids got the cover, but I didn't really think that the kids' part was going to be good. I don't know why. Of course it's going to be good, but, like, for whatever reason, I thought Three Little Kids Have an Adventure was not going to make for a kick-ass comic.
So
I just didn't.
You're all into the sex stuff.
I am, dude.
I was sex with little kids.
It was boring. I was prepared. I was just prepared for their adventure to be boring compared to the normal stuff. And it's fucking awesome, dude. Look at him storming the castle. Like, even the details, like that little moat monster eating that guy in the very first panel.
Yep.
So many awesome little fucking things, dude.
Even a hot Namorita chick.
I also thought Namorita. I think his ears.
Yeah. Super awesome.
It's a good thing that blue guy told them everything that they needed to know.
I know.
And then it wasn't also a lie.
I love it. That was such an obvious, like... I love it. Yeah. Oh, don't let them break the energy bubble and free the princess of eternal light and goodness who will restore peace and prosperity to the realm. Perfect.
So
I like when it's like stranger danger attack, and then was it Jack? I think it's Jack goes attack back.
Yeah. And that's a great action pose. Like, even though he's a little kid, look how awesome, like, you know, with his foot kicking forward and shit.
I like Tyrone's face too.
Yeah. So good. Oh, it's fucking good, dude. I wasn't expecting to like this kid stuff as much as it is. Like, I could actually see more of this stuff more often.
So, maybe that hand on the cover wasn't Maddie's hand at all.
No.
Isn't that the sweet fake out?
Yeah. I thought that was a cool touch.
That was a very cool touch. It's crazier still when you remember that Erik kind of like fucking uses improv and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So when he drew that hand, who's to say what the fuck he was thinking?
I bet you he was making it Maddie's hand when he drew it.
And it probably is Maddie's hand. It just so happens he reused the pose here. Because she's not shooting electricity. But
it's magic.
It's magic.
It's magic. It's good, dudes. I gotta tell you, I don't buy that it was all a dream.
No, not at all.
Because they totally, the adults saw a hole in the wall that sent them on the chase anyway.
Right. Something definitely happened.
Oh yeah, 100%. But man, those stupid little bastards, they wish just to be back home and sleep.
Do you think that's it, or do you think we'll find something else in the next issue?
Do you think they wish for something else?
Well, they said, grant you your heart's desires.
Oh, and there are 4 of them there. Do you think she meant like all of them, or just... Nah? I just can't think little kids would be like, yeah, we just want to be home and sleep in our bed.
I know. How funny will it be, like, in future issues if suddenly, like, something weird... They're like, how the hell did this show up here? It's like some swing set or something ridiculous, you know?
Dude,
Not that I think that's ridiculous, but like a pony or something comes running through the house.
Exactly. Guy and Duder become real. It's good, dude. It was good. I liked it. I like this issue a fucking lot.
I'm looking forward to next issue. I think it's going to be killer. Just the cover alone.
Oh, that cover's so good.
Scourge. I'm hoping that he's the bad guy that Malcolm deserves.
Oh yes, the Overlord we've been craving.
Hopefully, it's just 2 weeks away.
Canadian Overlord. So good.
Oh, hey, the Mighty Skullboy is back. I haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah, Jacob Shabbat's a great cartoonist. I love his stuff.
Yeah, this is god tier cartooning, dude. I love it.
Yeah, he's good stuff, man, and his characters are great. I love him. I have a bunch of his mini comics, and I think it was Dark Horse that put together some of his collections. It's good stuff. But this strip's funny, and his supporting cast is pretty funny. I love his robot pal and his monkey. What do they call him? Unit 1 and Unit 2?
I just like to see these old, like, I mean, you know, I think of this as like a classic backup. Like like G-Man. Like I love to see Mighty Skullboy and G-Man in the same issue as backups. Fuck yeah, dude.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Go
ahead.
I'm just saying, give me as much of that as you can get.
I know Chris G and Jacob Shabbat are pretty good friends too.
Wait a minute. G-Man and Skullboy are in this issue.
Yes.
But you said that's what you wanted to see, or do you want to see them in the same strip?
No, I just said give me more.
Oh, well.
Like I love seeing these classic backups. Like, you know, if we had a page of Savage Dragonbert, it'd just be tops, you know.
Desperate times.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, I think of these as classic backups. Like, these are classic Savage Dragon backups.
Yeah, and they're good. These guys are good at what they do.
Get some more Megaton Man in here.
I like Megaton Man.
I like him too. I do. I think Erik said that he was not well received, but I liked him.
I have to admit, when he first was in the book, I wasn't a fan, and I became a huge fan over time.
It was with that weird double-page spread, like one every issue. So I had my hands on the collection of it, and I didn't buy it. I should have bought it to revisit it. I want to go back and get all the old Megaton Man comics before I read that stuff. But
I love cartoonists that have their own like world.
Yeah.
That have put like so much time into it, even if it's not the biggest seller in the world, that you could go back and pick up like 40 issues of it.
And I just wanted to say, I know, like, you know, we praise this from time to time, but like, dudes, I buy so many comics, none of them give you 8 pages of like extra comics in the back.
Yeah,
you're right.
Absolutely.
Just don't get it. Like, so that's why Savage Dragon is like 10 out of 10, because like, man, you read this awesome first, like, the, you know, actual comic Savage Dragon, then you get to the back and you got 8 more pages. Like, your average comic is like 20-some pages. That's almost like another issue, another half issue of content.
Plus the letters page, that's, you know, if you like the book, it's really enjoyable to read the letters page, even if you skip the letters and read Eric's answers sometimes and whatever, but it's fun. It's a fun comic book experience. It really is.
Yeah, I love it.
Some fun G-Man commentary on guest characters.
The G-Man strip is amazing. I love it.
Wally Wackyman shit is absolutely hilarious. It just builds and builds and builds until it's like completely off the rails.
I just love the whole you should be drawing more mini Marvel comics. And we were talking about this before the podcast started, how, like, you know, everybody tells Chris G that. And, you know, he's probably so sick of hearing it. And I love the panel where he's like, G-Man's telling Stan Lee, various people think I should return to Mini Marvels, and Stan Lee says none of those people work here.
It's there's that bitter truth. Or the fucking way the doctor just blows him away.
Oh, it gets so dark so fast. He's like, you have fleece cancer. Oh no, don't want to die of cancer, Doc. You won't. He just shoots him.
And then the follow-up, like, this is what I'm saying, like, the build-up. The follow-up where, like, the radio host is, like, talking to him, and he's like, oh, it's horrifying, it's unacceptable. And the doctor's like, you're starting to sound like you're coming down with some cancer yourself. Fucking hilarious, dude.
It was just so unexpected for me because G-Man's always been kind of like a rated G type comic in a way. But I guess G-Man webcomics is more adult. That has been in the past. You know what I mean? Like the regular G-Man comics are really kid friendly, but all these G-Man webcomics that have been in the backups are, they're not rated R strips or anything, but they're definitely not geared towards kids. Especially this strip.
So good, dude. It's freaking awesome. It's freaking awesome. Well,
did you guys? Sorry, just one. Did you guys catch the panel where he's talking about the feedback on the comic, and it says, it's really hard taste. Don't keep me waiting, whatever. And it says it's pretty split between fans and haters. And then that was all from one person. It says, and then if you look on the desk in that panel, it says this is 100% true.
Isn't it awesome? It's good. I think. These G-Man strips that he's been doing, I mean, if you're not going to the website, do follow him on Facebook. Like, they've been fucking awesome. Like, hilarious. Oh, it's good.
It is.
Shall we? I mean, we gotta go. Shall we jump into Turtles 2?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legends.
Are they still Hero Turtles in Italy?
Are they still what?
Oh, you mean the UK?
I thought that was Italy.
No, it was for certain in Great Britain. They outlawed the usage of the word ninja in titling because it, quote unquote, causes violence among the youth.
So where is this?
The UK.
Are you kidding me?
In the mid-90s, and this was the whole thing in the mid-90s, so everything had to be rebranded Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles.
Yeah, Google it, Craig.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. Yep. I just wondered if that was still a thing.
I have no idea. I doubt it. I'm pretty sure. But you get one of those Catch-22 scenarios where everyone grew up calling them Hero Turtles. So now that you can call them Ninja Turtles, you don't because the marketing's got to be geared towards the youth. The older people who grew up with it being called one thing. And actually, it's not the only case of that either because if I remember correctly, G.I. Joe was renamed Action Force. Now that said, I think that was because the G.I. Joe name was more American and Action Force was more international.
Ugh, so lame. Action
Kind of like
Force.
they called Captain America the First Avenger.
Right.
Internationally.
Well, I think it was just called the First Avenger internationally. They didn't even call it Captain America.
They know.
Let's go, Action Force. Yeah.
Action Force, the real international hero.
That is not even the weirdest thing that was ever done. You want to know what the weirdest thing that was ever done?
Tell me.
What was his name? Captain Action?
Uh-oh.
Basically, these guys got the rights to a bunch of comic book superhero comics, like DC and Marvel stuff. So, to tie it all together, they created a character called... I just want to Google this real quick, because I'm pretty sure it's Captain Action.
Okay.
Yes,
it is filler noise.
It is Captain Action. He was created in like 1966, and
okay.
The gimmick of Captain Action is that he would have his own like lead-in portion of the comic, and then he would transform into these other superheroes, and then they would just print those comics as if Captain Action was the character, portraying the character. And at the
terrible
end,
gimmick.
And at the end, he would turn back into Captain Action, and that would be the end of the story. So he would be like Batman, and Spider-Man, and Captain America, and Aquaman.
Horrible gimmick. That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That would be like if the Crypt Keeper became like the character of the story, then at the end was like, now back to the crypt. You know what I mean?
It would be exactly like that.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work for me at all. I don't like it. Or Captain Action? And I think I remember, doesn't he have a shitty like captain's hat and like a fucking lame 3-color logo on his chest?
Yes, that's him.
Oh.
I didn't know that's what he was about.
Well, that's what he was about when he was created. I think he's kind of his own thing now.
That is the worst.
Yeah, I have to agree.
I think we found the worst hero.
You guys just don't appreciate British comics.
I don't appreciate them at all. They make me angry. That's so bad.
I guess it also it tied into like a licensed toy line, so you'd have like Captain Action as a figure, and then you'd have all these other superheroes as figures, and so the gimmick was Captain Action was all of these characters.
Yeah, that's right. You could change his toy easily into the other characters.
Yeah, because they were like Mego figures. You could like change their costumes and shit. Or not Mego. They were like original G.I. Joes or Barbies, I guess.
Speaking of Mego, we got to Mego on with this issue, dog. We're running out of time. I love.
Nice segue.
I know, don't you like? I worked for it. I love the giant like '90s Blam panel on the second one, like where he's shooting the gun and it's like super jaggedy like panel border. I love it, dude.
I gotta wonder.
Right, you're talking about the cyborg fighting Donatello falling out of the sky.
Of course, I imagine when this was black and white, there was no starfield behind them, so it must have been like a white void. Just a guess.
I can't. Yeah, you know what? I really should pull out the black and white issues to compare. Next time I'll have to do that. I have to remember.
Because it's a little weird that they just put this white border around it to separate it from the starfield is all.
Yeah.
I feel like that wouldn't have been the case in the original.
Guys, when I was a child, I always thought that the Ninja Turtles' tail was like just the naughtiest looking thing.
Oh yeah, it looks like a dick.
It totally does.
But it's a tail.
I never got that.
Oh, dude, as a little kid, I was always like, hee hee hee.
You weirdos.
Just straight up looks like a dick, dude. I don't know. Frank is killing it on this.
You mean he killed it?
Yeah, he killed it so long ago. He killed it. It's killed. It's killed. He killed it. Like a man's skirt, it was killed. This is one of those things, though. I said to me, I believe this was black and white, because you can see some little bit of funky black and whiteness where she's opening the door, and you see the colorist has made the choice to go in and fill the door in.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Where it would have been a white void before.
Yes, and to me, that's not like unforgivable. It just looks weird in color. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm not hating it. It doesn't ruin a thing.
It's got to be difficult to kind of color something that was meant for black and white, though. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I like the very first page of this. I thought looked real good. With all the blood and the shadows and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Upside down city. I thought that looked real good.
Me too.
Then there's that reflection in the armor. I'm not sure, that must be in the original, but it looks real good here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I thought that first opening page, and you know what? I thought the coloring overall looked pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I agree. I think overall the coloring is pretty good. I really want to see the original though, because I gotta figure out what they're changing, because there's like these transparency effects and like speed lines that are colored. Like they've got to be changing a shit ton.
Oh yeah,
to make it look like this.
Yeah, like I said, I'll have to bust out my original next time and compare.
If anybody's listening that matters, like if Frank is listening, like, listen, Frank, I implore you, tell them that there are weirdos like me that would totally buy this in black and white. Twice. Like, I'll buy all the color issues and buy it in black and white just because I would love to see this in black and white.
Yeah, they should have made the alternate cover version of the issue black and white.
I agree. Yeah, I would love that. Dude, I would double dip every single month if they did that. If like the black and white issue.
There's two covers for the issue. There's the new cover, and then there's the original Frank Fosco. The Eric Larsen.
These are Larsen for
the
a
Larsen
while.
covers, yeah. So they're
And
selling.
then it turned Frank with Larsen inking. So,
Right.
But those are always in color. The covers.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is because there's going to be two covers, just make the alternate cover a black and white issue. I'm sure collectors would love that. And
I
I
would
love it.
double
I mean, hate
Make
it.
it a whole black and do one color issue, one black and white issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I would double dip. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
I would buy these issues twice.
Alternatively, make the issue double linked with both stories.
Ooh, I support that too. I would pay
I'm
more
paying
for both.
I'm paying $4 for it. They can put more pages in it.
Ooh, this is $4. Shit, I didn't even notice.
That's why we're like
worth
a
it.
month behind because I can't afford. I got to wait for a price drop.
I mean, are all comics pretty much $4 these days?
Yeah, it's bullshit. There's a handful. There's Saga, which is $3, but that's going on a year hiatus. So
When it comes back, it's gonna be $6.
I would not be shocked if it came back at $4.
I guarantee it, dude. You know what I discovered? Savage Dragon fans that want to be budget conscious. If you're like 7 months behind, the digital issues are like $1 cheaper or something.
They're half off.
They're half off.
They're
Yeah.
$4 the month they come out, and then a month later they go to $2.
So I'm saying technically, if you just want,
and that's how I buy pretty much all my Image comics these days, unless it's like super special.
you just like live in the past, basically.
Yeah, I don't like doing it, but
It's fine. No, it works, dude. I play video games that way. Like I'll buy all my shit old. Like nobody's talking about it, but I got my game for cheap.
But of course, Marvel and DC don't do it. So,
oh, those fucks.
yeah, I know.
Moving back along. Sorry, we got to stay razor focused.
So right away, Mako is in this issue. Issue
Yes, it's awesome.
So this dragon, whatever his name is, Dragon Lord, he's like collecting anthropomorphic. Is that how you say it?
anthropomorphic being.
Yeah. So Mako somehow they captured. They don't really give you the backstory on it, but he's in a cell.
Yeah.
And
But they're looking for human animal hybrids to do experiments on, and they in this story they get a guy who, I guess, what is he called? The Weasel. The
Weasel is a Wolverine knockoff.
It's fucking Wolverine.
He is.
He says Bubba instead of Bub.
He's got a fourth claw under his thumb.
Oh yeah.
And
I like how they're like, oh, he's just a mutant.
Yeah, he's just a mutant. He's got no actual animal characteristics at all. So they just dehead him.
Yeah, they were fooled by the name, as were we all.
That was a funny little jab, though.
Yeah, and they're not. I like how they're not concerned about him all. Like fucking the head guy just turns his back on him. Not worried at all.
Well, he's so confident in his ninjas.
Yeah.
Dude, it is a pretty crazy second issue. If you think about it, you got the appearance of Mako, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
You got Raph, whose face is like scarred to shit.
Yep.
You got Donatello that's kind of smashed on the ground, and you got them moving out of the sewers and into a mausoleum. So it's a lot of changes by the second issue.
Plus, I love the astral projection stuff. I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and sort of how this is a continuation of like Volume 2 is that there's this whole bit where Raph goes to visit the Foot Clan to get information, and they don't even like show it. He just goes gets it, so you know that they've got a working relationship. So it's not like the traditional.
I didn't know that. That was something I missed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have much knowledge of the Turtles, so besides like those early issues.
The Ninja Babes, they found us. So good.
Yeah, they did. They got their new headquarters, and they immediately get discovered. So that's I wonder how they're going to get out of this pickle.
Raph now is sporting the Casey Jones mask,
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's a cool touch. I do like how they start off Series 3 with like Pimiko and this what do they call him? I keep Komodo Dragon guy, which is kind of new villains, which is neat.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Shredder for like the 20th time or something.
I mean, they're very much Larsen-esque villains, mid-90s villains.
Yeah.
What's cool though is I think they
Techno
really
Ninja.
feel at home with Turtles though.
Sure.
Sorry, I cut you off when you said Techno Ninja, but I totally agree.
The kind of people that Youngblood would fight. Brigade.
Yeah. The Covenant of the Ninja Sword.
The cyborgs. Although I like how they crap all over the cyborgs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the bad guy just said discontinues the program because of how shitty they are.
Yeah. they're nothing. Shitty cyborgs. Get rid of them. Yeah, like you said, Craig, it's a fucking crazy second issue. Like, from a new perspective, like, I'm fucking loving it. I am loving it. I think it is very good.
Dude, Donatello just looks so messed up. He's just sitting there. Is how Frank illustrates his eyes and his face. He's just pretty much smashed on the pavement. And he's like, he can't feel his legs or anything. And, I mean, we kind of know what happens to him. But if you were reading this for the first time, you'd be like, how the hell is he getting out of this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying is, like, just think how fucking crazy this was. I don't know. Like, it's so funny having the hindsight. Like, you know, now we read it and we're like, oh, they're not going to fucking kill Donatello. Like, he's not going to just bleed out in the streets. But, man, people were pissed. Oh, it's so funny. It's so weird, dude, having that, like, hindsight on this issue. I'm enjoying it. It's not ruining anything for me, though.
I love how the shurikens are just thrown.
That seems sloppy. Why would you attack a turtle's back?
To get his attention.
I think it's just a cool way to show that he could get hit by him and not get killed or something, not get injured. It makes a neat visual, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
It doesn't make much sense, I agree, but you got the thok, 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 thok.
Plus,
And he's like,
I mean,
ow, my back.
you got to think they probably haven't fought giant Ninja Turtles that much, so they don't know.
Amateurs. Rank amateurs.
Yeah, this isn't the Foot Clan. They're not gonna know better.
Sweet double page spread.
Which
Yeah.
one?
The last 2 pages. He's got the stars stuck in his shell.
It's kind of think about that composition wise. Isn't it kind of weird to end with a double page spread?
It
Yeah.
really is. I don't know if I remember the last book I read that ended like that.
21 to 29. So it's still 20 pages. Counting the spread, so it's like 22 pages because it's two spreads, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you have a print? Either you got the print copy?
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
at it now.
It must end on. Yeah, most comics end on the left page.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
because it'll be wonky when it gets reprinted.
Yeah, because it has next month and it's got the cover.
Yeah, they'll have to put a spacer page in there.
And then a bunch of ads.
Which I've always wanted to read that Eastman Bisley body count arc. It's legendary. Like, everybody talks about how good it is.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that advertised in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cult Classic returns for the first time in hardcover.
that's good to know. I actually do want to check that out myself. I just got an ad for the Turtles Usagi crossover from last year, which was a pretty good issue.
Weird, because there's like a shit ton of ads, and like there's a lot of Ninja Turtle ads, and then it starts getting to just like IDW stuff.
Yeah.
Joe Hills, and then this is IDW Digital with the fucking Xbox controller. Download our apps and watch them on your Xbox One. Well, shit, dudes.
I think that wraps us up. Take us home, Raven.
Savage Dragon 237. Enter the sinister leader of Toronto's underworld, the Deadly Scourge. Malcolm Dragon faces his biggest challenge to date, and the world knows. The world he... One more time.
Did I copy paste it bad?
No, dude, I read bad. Malcolm Dragon faces his biggest challenge to date, and the world he knows hangs in the balance. And there you go. That's it. No, you did good. I did bad. So, Scourge. I got super high hopes for Scourge.
Yeah, he looks badass. It's about time. We need a kick-ass kind of like major villain.
Yep. Recurring. It's the Malcolm curse, the Malcolm era curse. You got to have that. No, there's no really awesome recurring new bad guys.
If he's a one and done guy, I'd say I quit.
Bold words.
I don't believe you, Olsen. I don't believe you at all. Tough talk. Tough talk.
Well.
So shit. See you next time.
Lean and mean this episode. Sorry, guys, we didn't have a lot to talk about. I fear the next one may be similar, although we do hope to have some more letters from you guys. Always, you can write us at Savage FINcast at gmail.com. Leave a message on our website, on our episode posts. I like getting comments on the website. We've actually had a few recently. If we had more time, we would have read them off. I think.
SavageFINcast.com.
Check it out. Well, it was a good one. Good issue. 236 is in the books. It was a terrific issue. Loved all the
fun
the experiments. Real fun. And like I said, looking forward to the next issue.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Craig. Thank you, listeners.
So, till next time.